Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the week 9 video for advanced conversation. In this week, I'll be introducing our next video task. Before I do that, though, just a couple notes. I did finally get all the feedback and grading for assignment number 1, news reports, and assignment number 2, tell me how to do something, back to you. So if you haven't received that, make sure you check your email that you did get it back. If you can't find it there, try to communicate with me, email me, and I'll make sure you get the feedback that you deserve. I apologize for taking a little bit longer than I wanted to. It was surprisingly time consuming, and I have been even more surprisingly busier than I was expecting over the midterm weekend before. Anyway, I'll again do my best to try and get that feedback to you as fast as I can in the future, and I'll probably give you your feedback after our next assignment, which is task 4. All right, remember we have 6 total tasks that are worth 15% each for a total of 90% plus 10%, which is based on your participation in the grading as well. All right, so that is how you get your grade, and everything is transparent. I have provided in the feedback I'm giving you the grade average from your grading group, as well as my grade and the combination of the two, as well as a combination of some of the comments for each of your assignments as well. So hopefully that feedback can give you something meaningful to build on in the future. And of course, really nobody knows better than you just how successful you've been, but it's equally valuable to get the feedback from our peers as well. So again, after this assignment, I'll try to package assignment number 3 and assignment number 4 and give you feedback for those as well. All right, so that means I need to introduce our latest assignment here. All right, now keep in mind each of these different tasks is asking you to perform different speaking roles, take on different vocabularies, and develop different speaking strategies as well. So make sure you read the notes here and pay attention to the rubrics and really pay attention to task definition. What is it that I'm asking you to do? Because that does affect your grade as well. Because if you look in the rubrics, this is how other students are going to be and should be evaluating you as well. All right, the next task we have, task number 4, is the business pitch. All right, so I've included the notes in this week's materials, so follow along with this video and make sure that you know exactly what you need to do to be successful in this task. All right, the business pitch. This assignment requires that you make a 3 to 4 minute video. Okay, again, 3 to 4, not 4 to 5, just like the last one, hot takes. I've changed the 3 to 4 minutes because it'll save me literally a little bit of time in grading, but also I do want to emphasize that let's move away from editing and try to focus on doing one takes and keeping our lovely, beautiful faces on camera, and avoid reading here as well. So 3 to 4 minute video maybe fits into your abilities a little bit better. So let's see if that makes a difference as well. So back to the definition. The assignment for objective is to make a 3 to 4 minute video giving a hot new business idea. All right, now that can be a product or a service, whatever. But I really want you to be creative and consider a business idea. All right, and your purpose in the video is to sell it to your audience. All right, think of the audience as potential investors. They have money and you want to get their money so that you can make the next Amazon, the next Kakao, the next whatever, Google, whatever service or product you think is going to take the world by storm and make you very rich. All right, so a pitch or a sales pitch, in terms of what it is a business-oriented persuasive speech. So it is somewhat similar to what we did in the last assignment, in that we are still focused on persuasive speech. However, it's in a very different realm, okay, a very different area. Okay, instead of being kind of informal and emotional, giving your emotional response to an interesting topic of the day, here it's going to be more professional. And again, your purpose is to sell your product or service, your idea, your business idea, to a potential investor. That is your audience. That is your role. But it is still persuasive. Okay, so think about how you can be persuasive again, but think about your role in selling this idea and using kind of business language, if you will. Okay, or language that matches the idea and the brand that you want to develop for your business idea. Okay, so again, that's what you need to think about when you're coming up with ideas for this assignment. All right, as always, we're going to follow the same process. All right, we'll make the video in the first week, post them to Kakao, and then we'll spend the second week carefully watching and grading those videos. You remember, the better the feedback you give, the more each of you can improve with these assignments as well. So please take time and make a sincere effort, following the rubric and knowing the objectives of each assignment, to do your best at grading as well. I also recommend here with each assignment that you do write a script, so you can focus on the effectiveness of your language and organization as well. Writing really helps you organize your speech. And especially that language. Think about rhetorical devices. Think about the vocabulary that's really going to sell your product and create the mood that you want associated with your brand. Okay? Is it a lifestyle brand, energetic, youthful, or is it more formal and professional, or serious and medical? Whatever your idea for new business ideas, think about how the language you use can develop your brand and sell your product or service. Okay, so think about that in writing your script as well. But remember, in writing your script, it is not there for you just to read. Okay, I think some of you will notice in your feedback, there is an adverse effect to reading. So some of you might think, oh great, I'm going to make less grammar mistakes if I follow my notes very closely. All right, but it has negative effects in your pronunciation and your intonation and your pace and your flow. And a lot of people are going to be bored by watching somebody read. They want you to get their attention in your video. And if you're reading, you're not paying close attention to your presentation skills, your speaking skills. All right. So be careful. All right. I've warned you time and again about avoiding reading. All right. It's not just because this is a speaking course, but think about how reading too much has affected either your videos or the videos of the classmates in the studio, in the previous tasks that we've looked at already. Okay, so write a script, use a script, but do not rely on a script. All right, that's not the purpose of this course. It's simply an aid to help you make more effective speeches. All right, a more effective presentation. And of course, keep the editing to a minimum. I much prefer a one-take shot. Okay, that's what I'm going to give preference for in my grading. So make sure your face is there and make sure you're not reading, and try to do this in one take. All right. Okay. As always, again, the grade is the same, 15%. 50 comes from your classmates, 50 comes from me. And just again, to get a little bit deeper into our speaking objectives here, specifically for assignment number 4, the business pitch. We are going to be practicing a valuable speaking skill, the sales pitch. We are trying to persuade people that our business idea, whether it is some hot new product you've invented or designed or developed, or the service that you are going to provide, is going to be a successful one. So think of a creative business idea that you can discuss in a 3 or 4 minute video. And again, consider the appropriate appeal for your idea. Consider the language that can best sell your idea. And how does the language reflect your idea, right? Is your brand fresh and unique? Is it casual and relaxed? Is it strong and confident? All right. Is it serious? All right. Think about all the different, ways when you watch TV and you see commercials. Think about the way people try to market products and services to an audience. All right. And then based on what kind of product or service you are offering, you can try and mimic those approaches, those marketing approaches. All right. So with the business pitch, I'm going to offer you a little bit more detail in how I want you to structure your business pitch, how I want you to organize your 3 to 4 minute video. All right. So your task is to consider what new idea you think would be a successful business idea, a product or service. And again, your goal is to try and persuade your audience into kind of investing or buying into your idea. And when you're grading that, that's what I want you to consider too. Would you give your money to this person for this product or service? All right. But when you're organizing this pitch, I think what you want to begin with is a brief overview of your business idea. Okay. Give the necessary details of your product and service. All right. Again, keeping in mind your purpose is to sell it to investors. In doing so, you probably want to describe the need for your product and service. What makes it unique? If it is, maybe there's a crowded market. Like if you're trying to sell shoes, How are your shoes better than Nike, better than Reebok, better than Adidas, better than New Balance? Okay, in that market, it could be quite competitive. So, what makes yours special or unique? How can you really persuade people to take an interest in that? So, who is your competition? You can identify them, those brands, and talk about how you will prevail, how you will be successful in that market against that competition. Okay, try and be as detailed and specific as you can. Also, you might want to talk about your target market. Okay, that's vocabulary for the business world. Your target market basically is your customer, right? Who are you targeting? Who are you trying to sell to? All right. Are you selling athletic shoes? Maybe you're selling them to old people. All right. Most likely, you're probably going to be selling them to young people if you want to make some money. But maybe you have a very niche market, a very specific customer that you want to appeal to. All right. That is something you have to think about in your creation, in your developing your product or service. Right. Who is your market? And how will you attract that customer? Right? Do you have a strategy, a marketing strategy to appeal to that customer? And you can begin to do that in this assignment by choosing the correct language and energy and strategy for talking to your customer as well. Okay, also this might be a fun and creative aspect of this assignment. Tell us about your brand, right? You can, if you want, develop a logo. You can show us your logo, right? Like Nike has a swoosh, famous swoosh. Can you come up with a catchy, interesting logo that represents, the characteristics of the brand, or just something that is easily recognizable as well? And more importantly, because we're dealing with language here, I'd love if you could develop what we call a tagline or a slogan. All right, is there a catchy phrase which you can associate with your product? All right, to use Nike as an example, they have a few, but their most famous one is probably "Just Do It," right? Or other popular ones, da 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 da, I'm loving it. Little McDonald's, all right. KFC, they got finger licking good. All right, all these businesses. If you watch TV or online, you will see a lot of these slogans, these catchy phrases. So pay attention to how those phrases work, how they represent and develop the brand of the company. All right, are you trying to show power and confidence? Are you trying to show professional efficiency, seriousness? Make sure you come up or try to use language in a way that, in a short, catchy, memorable slogan or tagline, represents your business or product well. All right, and that's really kind of part of your marketing strategy as well, and that can be an interesting and fun part of this creative assignment. But overall, again, remember what this assignment is. It is a sales pitch, a business pitch, and your goal is to persuade us. So use that rhetoric well, and see if you can sell your audience your hot, fresh, new business product or service. All right, again, there's a rubric included in your notes. Try to follow this kind of organization in your business pitch, because that's what people will be looking for when they look at that rubric and grade your videos as well. All right, so you have your feedback for assignment number 1 and 2. If you haven't received it, please check back with me on email. Who knows, there could be a server problem. That's some of the issues dealing with email and online classes. But I have sent out all the feedback for all the assignments I have received. So make sure you read that and try to use that to develop yourself and your skills and hopefully improve on this assignment number 4, the business pitch. I look forward to watching your most recent videos next week. All right. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for your patience in waiting for that feedback. I'll try to be a little bit more quicker with the feedback for assignment number 3 and 4 in the future. All right. Take care. I hope you are all happy, healthy, and staying warm as the weather starts to get a little bit cooler. All right. Enjoy the beautiful leaves of the changing season. Anyway, take care.